on in Nigeria at the moment with the EndSARS. And I have my lovely co-host, which you have never met before. Her name is Judy Alexis. You can find her on all social media platforms such as Instagram, Twitter, and anywhere else. Just at her, at Judy Alexis. And we're going to be talking about the EndSARS protest because she was with me on the front line. Judy? Hi, Judy. How are you today?
I'm good.
So Judy, you were with me at the protest and it was so peaceful and such a pleasant place to be at that point in time. So how did you feel about the protest and being in the protest yourself?
I thought it was lovely. I mean, it was so nice to see so many young people just come together. There was such like a spirit, like a really nice energy of like people working together to try and change Nigeria. So it was a beautiful energy, and I was actually so shocked coming from that and waking up the next morning and seeing footage of things being set on fire.
I know.
And everything. I was thinking, this is the protest that I went to.
Exactly.
Because the people that I was with were not people that would have done
there
those
you
things.
go.
So it was just such a shock to me to go from actually being in the protest, which was last week Saturday,
yes,
and then waking up on Sunday morning and seeing the footage on TV. It was shocking.
I know, it was absolutely manic just to see how things went from being peaceful, because I think what the youths were actually protesting about was just to bring a change, which was to implement peace in Nigeria. Because it was a peaceful change. So how it turned from that to being something very destructive and so bloody was something that just basically blew us away. But anyway, let me not talk too much. Have a look of how we were at the protest, and then after that we're going to show you what the destruction looked like. Just have a look. So Judy, what do you think the youths need to do now in order to still get their voice heard?
I think that the youths now, like people have heard our voices. The whole world is watching. So there's so much international attention.
Yeah.
There's so much press coverage. Everybody is watching and waiting.
Yeah.
At the moment, this movement doesn't have a leader or leaders.
Yeah.
And so that in itself is a good thing, but then it's also a bit challenging because like we need, I guess, to come together and have a lot of direction in how we're going to move this forward. As we've seen, the protests themselves have been hijacked by a lot of looters, a lot of criminal elements, but our passion is still there. So how do we harness that and make it into, like we came with our 5 points for SARS.
Yes, but looting is something that is like something that follows protesting anyway, because if you look back at, back like old school footage of Black Lives Matters, people were looting, using that as an advantage to go into shops and raid shops as well. So it's not something new when it comes to protesting that people start to take advantage and start to loot. So I wonder why Nigerians are more devastated about the looting in Nigeria than they were when it was being done anywhere else in the world. What do you feel about that?
I guess because here we're seeing people's businesses be looted, and sometimes when it's big companies and multinationals, people don't feel it the same way
because they have insurance policies.
Yeah, insurance and all these things that we don't necessarily have here.
But is this not the reason for the protest? Like, don't we need to implement these kind of things where people can actually rely on insurance company to kind of cover these kind of incidents that are going to occur or happen?
We do, but some of these things is like they're maybe slightly politically motivated. Here in Abuja, we saw where over 200 cars were burnt in Apo. People's homes, people's shops, people that don't have anything. I have a lady that works for one of my friends.
Yeah.
Her and her husband have been saving up money, everything. The one thing of value they had was a particular car. They put that car for sale. That car's been burnt.
Wow.
There's no insurance policy. There's nothing that's going to help this particular woman and her family.
That's crazy.
They're in anguish.
I know.
And so the people that are
my heart goes
losing
out to them
things through this looting, it's not the people like Jeremy, the president, and co. Are
exactly.
Not losing anything.
It's like we're fighting our own team.
Exactly.
And these people are part of our team, and that's why I feel like, education is so key, because I feel like most of these people are not educated about the situation. All they see is that they are very angry and very, very in the mood for destructive process or progression in the future. Because I was saying this to someone, everything that they've done right now will only last them a period of time. Then what happens after that? Because if they think about it, the protest was to actually implement things that will last a long period of time. It's something that will make change for a long period of time so that our children can enjoy it. But when you're looting, this is only going to, the amount of things you've stolen or the amount of things you've destroyed is only going to last a period of time. Maximum the food that you guys have stolen or taken from these people, or the goods you've taken can only last you about a year or a season, what then do we do as Nigerians? Where do you want to go from there?
Aisha, listen, like, even me, I can't even lie and say I'm a disadvantaged person. We're watching the footage. I was watching Instagram live of that thing at Lekki Tollgate, and me, man, I'm angry. So how else will I feel if I'm out there? Maybe I don't have anything. I don't even have 2,000 naira in my accounts. How will I feel? How do you expect me not to feel like that? And then I go into somewhere like people that are looting these palliatives. A lot of these palliatives are not owned by federal government. So it's not even like, oh, federal government a politician has come and hidden palliative. Some of these palliatives are things that have been donated by companies and so on. But someone like, you smash window, you see palliatives, COVID-19. Like, Jimmy, how do you expect me to be calm?
Well, guys, watch and see how people ready to little storages and basically went to collect what the people felt like was theirs and belonged to them. Just have a look.
Hey, yes, you be in the building. I share one of the greetings. I don't say people play different of animal like this. So. Allah.
It just looks like Nigeria is in a very confused state at the moment, and I really pray that our politicians are given wisdom on how to deal with the situation and how to implement the peace that the people are looking for, how to implement change that they promised us in 2020. I know that they're working on a lot of things, but they came back into power this year. I hope that they're actually able to implement it, because they said they needed time to basically lay out the surface, and now they're building. So hopefully they start building from now on. But Judy, do you think things are actually going to change?
Yes, because there's no time anymore of being hopeful and praying that our leaders were here. Right now, people are ready. So it's like you must listen by force. There's no more, let's hope, let's be calm. Nobody's calm anymore. Nobody's allowing anybody to do any nonsense anymore. Like, people are ready. People are ready for 2023. So I hope that our youths are getting ready. And when people say youth, sometimes I find it a bit patronizing.
Yeah.
They're acting like it's small children's protest.
Yes.
Who are these youths? Youth in Nigeria is from 18 to 40.
Wow.
18 to 40 is what
Is
they
that
consider
youth?
youth in Nigeria. Yes, what they consider a youth. But these people that are in their 20s and 30s, how old were people in the 1960s when we gained independence?
Yes.
All those people, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Ojukwu, President Buhari, the first time, Obasanjo, but they're not in their 20s and 30s.
True.
Yakubu Gowon, all
True.
those people, they were young when they became into power. In other countries around the world, people of our age group are the ones that give the youth a chance. It's like we're ready to take our chance right now, but we just need to be organized, I think.
Very organized.
And peaceful.
Also,
because peace is very important.
Extremely.
There's been a lot of reports of people coming out in the media, people that have been, someone like, let me even just say it, like Nnamdi Kalu has come out and said, oh, do this one, do that one, I can't come and do this. But you're sitting in London. On the front
line with everyone else.
Telling people to come out and attack people and do this and that.
Yes.
Are they meeting you? Are they in front of you? Or are you sending out people's kids to come out and get killed, to get shot? It's irresponsible.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, yes, we need to make this change. Yes, we're angry. But let's channel that anger into progressive things.
Yes.
It's not about fighting and going to burn somebody's shop or going to steal rice. That rice is only you can only eat it for how many days or weeks.
Yes.
But it's about channeling that anger into something progressive, something that is long term, something that is
having
enduring.
a voice, something that
having a voice, but not being peaceful.
In a peaceful way. I think that would have had more of a chance if we actually regrouped and did things in a more pleasant way. But I can understand the anger of most Nigerians. Like, there's a lot of poverty that we are not even aware of. There's a lot of people that are homeless, and people, the Lekki Tollgate was actually their homes. For a short period of time, they had free food, they had water, they actually felt like they were a part of something, and this is what kept them united and ready to stand on the front line, because for once they felt like Nigerians would actually see them, because people actually don't realize that these people exist, that there's actually poverty in
The
Nigeria.
thing is, there's so much poverty. I saw a video of someone that came to disrupt the protest. People are beating him up, and they asked him, "Why did you come out here?" And this guy now said, that they paid him 500 naira to disrupt protests. 500 naira is how much it takes to come and destroy people's property, to kill people.
No way.
500 naira. That shows the
500 naira.
hunger that's in that person. Meanwhile, when I was watching that, I was just like, okay, stop beating him, because he's part of the problem. Like, do you know what I mean? He's someone that's feeling this. I want to thank like all these people that have come out, feminists.
Beyonce too said she was raising funds for the protest. What do you think about that?
I like Beyonce show. I like her. I like her songs. I like Beyonce. It's not. I'm not.
So do you think that she's not really
no,
raising
it's not
funds?
even that. Beehive, don't come for me. Beyonce is a great woman, a fantastic woman. But like, this should show us something. It's like, we're here in Nigeria. You're looking for international people to come and help you. People that haven't got their country in order. UK is going through Brexit, going through all these type of things. People are angry with their prime minister. America, Trump and his issues. Those are the people you want to come and save us? For real? Everyone's tagging, oh, UN, World Bank, come and save us. Like, by now we should realize it's time to save ourselves.
They don't want to save us.
Nobody's coming to save
they're not
you.
going to save us.
Yourself.
Exactly.
People that are writing Beyonce, you didn't tweet. Beyonce hasn't said. Who is Beyonce to you? Like,
well, shout out to Beyonce.
Yeah, shout out Beyonce. We like you. Hey, you and Jay-Z, you're doing wonders. But it's time for Nigerians to come and save.
She said,
come on. Save yourselves. Is it Sierra you want to write to or be who?
Man, I don't mind if Sierra should hashtag me, just hashtag me. Hey.
Alright, Shaki. Like, come and like get together. Look at the people that are behind us, the people that are trying to lead us. Look at groups that are here in Nigeria that are working to do these kind of things. Shout out to our Nigerian celebrities, Fowls. Davido,
Burna Boy. To be honest, I was really impressed with Burna Boy, because Burna Boy actually made one of the biggest statement from all the way in London. I think that billboard, was something that I felt like Burna Boy actually went into his pocket to show that he was financially supporting the protest. Like, he actually was giving the young people or the people of Nigeria like a voice, because not a lot of people would do that. Like, I'm sorry to say, Nigerians can be quite selfish when it comes to finance as well.
No,
but
I think you're wrong about that selfishness. Like, when we're in the protest in Abuja, there was a young lady, I think her name is Jane, and she was walking. She seemed to have had an amputation. She didn't have
a picture will come up in her leg.
And like, I remember you showed me. We were walking behind her, and I was just like, wow, this woman has so much strength.
Yeah.
Look how she's been walking with us despite her physical challenges. And when people saw her picture, and it trended, and somebody set up a GoFundMe for her. Within hours, there was enough money to buy her. I'm just telling you.
If you want to give us money, shout out Beyonce. If you want to give us money, we don't mind you funding some of this, protest.
Jay-Z.
But
shout out to Kanye. But I like and he was on Twitter.
No, don't bring Kanye.
My husband.
Don't bring Kanye.
Trey was there. Lots of famous people have actually been
giving us shout outs.
Talking about this. Yes. Idris Elba, Arsenal, Gunners.
Oh, Gunners for life.
Gunners for life.
But we're gonna just show you that just after this. But we do give them a shout out for making the effort to give us a voice as well, giving us the extra voice, because the numbers does count on social media. Like, the more people that are aware and the more awareness we make with the numbers, the more the international market is willing to hear and give us a supporting hand. Because I don't think that Lekki toll gate would have been as serious as it was if we didn't have people actually start trending it.
Yeah, because I saw Diddy on live.
Yes, because
when
we made it trend.
When DJ Switch was on the live, Diddy came in and on. Yeah, he was there. And I'm thankful to DJ Switch and also Godson 45.
Wow.
Because they were so brave.
Everyone keeps saying DJ Switch and
Godson 45.
But Kathy the dancer was actually there on the front line.
A lot of people were there. They switched on their Instagram lives.
Kathy was on her Instagram live as well. She was really trying to help a lot of people, during the period of time, like during the chaotic period of time. She was helping a lot of people that were injured. She was helping people that were going through mental breakdowns. I saw her really comforting people. So I really want to give a shout out to you. Don't think that you weren't seen or not heard.
No, you were definitely
seen and heard. We appreciate
even
every single one of you.
Maybe you don't have a lot of followership, but you were actually covering these things.
Like me.
Like, you were seen. You were seen. A lot of people were. People are using their platforms.
You need to use that platform. I was surprised because you're not even very active on social media. And you actually made an impact, just to make awareness of what was actually going on in the Lekki toll gate.
But it's important.
That was so sad.
I don't even want to go into it now because it's sad. And I think that everybody, like for everybody this week or the past 2 weeks has taken a toll on a lot of people's mental health.
It did.
And to like take that time for yourself, get help. Like Feminist Coalition, they posted numbers.
Yes, I'm gonna show you some numbers after the video of numbers you can call if you need counselling.
Talk to, because it's traumatic. My friend was telling me she lives in Lekki. Just see people walking past the house with machetes and all these kind of things. It's not easy.
It's very traumatizing.
Like it's traumatizing. Most of us have not lived through this kind of thing.
I know. I sure haven't.
I haven't.
You know,
either.
I really went through like a mental breakdown because I put my mind, spirit, and soul into this protest. I was really a part of it from the day it started, and I remember when I woke up the next morning after watching the live on DJ Switch's Insta Live. I remember crying and I couldn't help myself. I was just crying endlessly. I was like, is this what it's really come up to? So yeah, I really had to go through a lot of self-evaluation again. I had to go through counseling. I had to talk to a lot of people that are my mentors to help me through it. So if you definitely do know that you need help, there's going to be numbers after the video. Make sure you contact them. Find someone you can talk to, because this is something that you really need to work through. This was something that really scarred a lot of people in Nigeria and abroad as well. Just to see so many lives being lost, and RIP to all the lives that were lost. You were soldiers.
You, your families, we've been praying for you.
And we're gonna continue praying for you. Well, we can't stay too long on New TV, as you know. It's only a short video because we're a YouTube channel. Very soon we'll be international. But make sure you check our next post. See you later. Be safe. And remember, peace is better than war. Bye.
Sọ̀rọ̀ sókè.
EndSARS. 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 End ọlọ́pàá. End ọlọ́pàá. EndSARS. End Buhari. End Buhari. Olórí burúkú ni wọ́n aládẹ̀wò. Ẹ kórí burúkú ẹ bá Nàìjíríà jẹ. Ráìsì di 1-3. Foreign rice tí a tún wá ń jẹ yìí. Kò sí òun rẹ̀ ń jẹun, òun dájú táwa ń jẹ lọ. Kò ní yẹ yan ó parí. Ó dàbẹ̀ kórí.
Wọ́n wá sọ̀rọ̀ tó gé kí ló sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan.